My name is Excessive2, and today we're going to be talking about my car build. As you see, that is my car. It's a 2013 Hyundai Veloster Turbo. So that car right there was all stock about a year and a half ago. And this is my first car build. So I was just doing projects on it, experimenting on it. The whole point of it was to go all white. And I used to have white wheels. So first we're going to start off with the exterior of the car. As you can see, my first mod was window tint. So for the window tint, I think it was 15 or 5 on the front and 5 in the back. And then I also got a eyebrow, but I did put a white banner on it, so that kind of defeats the purpose. Then I got my taillights tinted right here. I didn't do it myself though. So the wheels I'm about to show you are black currently. Before, when I first got them, they were white because I plasticked them white, which is dumb of me, but I mean, it actually lasted for a year, maybe a year and a half, and I just recently took it off. So it is, I would not recommend it, but it's a cheap way to put your car with a different set of wheels, or make it look like it at least. My wheels are the Verde wheels. I'll show you. So those are the wheels right there, and they have like a little chrome piece around it, and then black, like gloss black on the inside. And so the back ones are 18-inch, and then the front ones are 17-inch. So it's actually a pretty funny story of why I did 17s on the front and 18s on the back. So the reason why, because the guy that I went to, he only had 3 18s, but he had 2 17s. So that's why he put on the front for 17s, and I thought it would go lower on the front, which it did. So I guess that's a plus, but I mean, it was a cheap set of wheels, so eventually I want to get some new white ones that are actually white, because I've noticed so many people like the white wheels on white, and when I change it to black, not many people like that. I mean, some people liked it, but everyone has their own set of tastes. So this is the Sequence Devil Wing. So the Sequence Devil Wing is, well, it's not the actual one, but it's like a make of it. It doesn't have sequins on the side. Usually the Sequence Devil Wing has a sequence on the side. So this is like, not a cheap version, but the Sequence doesn't make it. So yeah, so I did paint this. This came primered. It's not screwed in where it's supposed to be screwed in these holes right here. And it's kind of cracked a little because I've had it for a while, so I might get a new wing or maybe a ducktail. Personally, I like the Devil Wing. It's just, it's only 3M taped. And many people didn't believe that it would stay on this long with just 3M, but it did. So next up is the rear diffuser, and that was a pain too, because it's just, you have to take off the whole bumper, the whole rear bumper, and it's really cheap. All the clips are cheap, so it breaks easily. So this is the rear diffuser. It's a stock one, but it is painted white, and I did not do that either. Someone else painted it white. And just regular exhaust tips. I left this part gray right here. On Rally Armor mud flap, it's like my 3rd or 4th mod, and it's lasting pretty long. And then we have some at the front too. But yeah, that's mostly it for the back. This window right here, this is a window, but I did wrap it white, or someone else did. But yeah, I did wrap it white, just because the window is pointless. You can't see out of it. Only the people in the back can see out of it. And these fins were black and I painted them white. So yeah, as you can tell, there's a pretty white theme for my car. I don't know why I just chose white. So that's mostly it for the back. I do have some easy lip on the side just to make it look cooler. I don't know if anybody else like that. I also tinted the rear light, but that's pretty much it for the back. I'm gonna get a rear diffuser for Street Aero and side skirts for Street Aero, and then I wrapped this pillar white and the other ones on the other side, and this window deflector white. Another cool thing about this car is that there's only one door on the left side, and then on the right side there is two doors, which is really weird. I kind of like it just because it's unique and no one else has really seen that much, especially in the car community. So yeah, I kind of do like it. It's kind of annoying sometimes just because people trip out over it, but the front of the car, so this is the front of the car. It is really modded out in the front, except for the grill. I pretty much kept the same. I might change that too for a honeycomb grill, but I did put the white logo and the Veloster Turbo as the license plate, and then the tow hook painted it white. You can't really find much for the car that's white, especially. The Hyundai Veloster doesn't really make that many what's it called? It doesn't make that many mods, so it's really hard to find what you want. It's just what everyone else is doing basically for the Veloster. But yeah, so the front canards I also painted white. Those are like my second or third pair, and then the front eyelids, it's a wrap, not an actual eyelid. I might get an eyelid though soon. And then the hood is the same. I actually like these. A lot of people do like them. They're the M-Tech from Tokyo, Japan. They're pretty cool. They're windshield wipers. And then the front pillars are also, I wrapped this white myself. It was pretty easy, but yeah, most of the car was black, so I kind of made it into white more. And then one of my favorite parts of the front is the Street Aero lip, and I want to get the whole body kit for it, which is the side skirts and the rear diffuser. But yeah, the Street Aero is definitely one of my favorite lips. A lot of people are telling me to get rods for it, but I don't really want to get rods. Guess what color I did the interior? White. Alright, so we do have the steering wheel white. I kind of sewed this on right here. It was pretty difficult, but it works for me. Then I got a pre-cut kit that's vinyl wrap, gloss white, and to cover most of the dash, well, not the dash, but like this console right here. Then some trims right there, some more trims right there, some trims in the back. That's mostly it. There's not that much in the back. There's that right there, right there, right there, and right there. Yeah, that's mostly it for the interior. I didn't do that much yet. I don't know if I'm planning on doing a roll cage or not. That would be cool, but that'd take a long time, take a lot of money. Just because you have to take out the seats back there, and yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'll do that, but my favorite part probably about this car is the kind of bucket seats, kind of sporty seats. It says turbo right there, the stitching. The gray is the contrast color for this car, and I think it's pretty cool because it's light gray. But yeah, I really like the bucket seats in this car, and that's one of the pluses. It's all leather and it's heated. So this car hasn't really gave me some sort of reliability issues, but just for like modding the car and taking off the bumpers, it did give me a lot of issues, just because like if you're modding a car, you're gonna run into some problems. But just for the most part, for reliability wise, if you want to like daily drive it and not mod it at all, it's a good car just to drive around. It's pretty reliable. The only thing is just like I said, taking off the bumpers took a really long time, and it's just a pain. But now we're gonna move to the engine bay, and I did a few performance mods, but not that much. I want to do more, but for now, this is how it looks like. I did wrap this part. This was all black. I did wrap that part. That was pretty easy. Gloss white. I wrapped this part all white. So this does not come with the car. I actually got the K&N air intake, and this is like the cover for it. So underneath is the actual intake, and this is just a cover for it. So I did wrap it white just for show and taking it to shows and stuff. And then I got the Megan Racing strut bar, which is a really good affordable strut bar to get. It's pretty easy to install, like a 3 like 10 out of 10 install is pretty easy. So the engine cover, I wrapped this part. This is really hard to stick to, and there's a lot of curves. It used to be all white, but it was like an off-white, so someone else did it for me, the engine cover, and it looked decent, but it had a lot of peel to it, so I just redid it, and just that centerpiece, and it looks a lot better than it was before, and it matches more of the white color. But yeah, that's mostly what I did. Just the air intake for the performance side, the Megan Racing strut bar. I definitely feel better performance with the strut bar for steering, so it's way better. Then I did do a blow valve. It was a Turbo XS blow valve, and that was pretty easy to install. The Turbo XS blow valve itself was easy to install, but the only bad thing was taking off the whole bumper. And taking off the whole bumper, these clips are mostly broken right there, and then these clips are fine, but it's literally just those clips hanging on. You have to take, so the blow valve is right there, right under here, which is so annoying because you have to take the whole bumper off because this part connects to the bumper. So you have to take the whole bumper off, and it was just a pain to take off, but it was pretty easy to install and it sounds pretty good. So yeah, it did sound really good with the blow valve. That's one of my favorite parts. So another thing that happened with the blow valve is we were driving to Monterey, and we're going like pretty fast most of the time, pushing my car to its limit. Not that much, but like close to its limit. So we were just driving to Monterey and back, and then the next day, the blow valve, the part that connects to the tube, the nipple, it literally just snapped off, and the engine service light was on, and it literally was just making an air sound. So I knew it was the blow valve. So then I had to message Turbo XS. They had to send me a new blow valve, and I had to take the whole bumper off again, and then put the blow valve on, and then put the whole bumper on again. And also I had to take the bumper off for the lip too, and that was a pain too because there was a lot of cutting to do for that, just because we put like some pieces the wrong way. So it was pretty much just the front bumper is toast basically. I really need to get a quick release kit for that, but that is like so that's pretty much it for the engine bay. I think it looks pretty cool with the white. Good show car. And then I do have the door props and the hood props for shows. Something that is probably the most expensive thing that I did for this car, and probably one of the best things I did for this car, was put the BC Racing coilover kit for it. And it was I don't know, about like 1,200 just for the coilovers, and it lowered my car a lot. This car, it came pretty much like it came pretty high, as the ride height. I had to lower it like to the max in the back, which is weird because it doesn't look that low, but that's max basically. It's like almost two finger gap. In the front, the tires are thicker, so it does rub sometimes, but not as much. But yeah, it's pretty low, just because there's like, I don't know, 5 inches of space, maybe 4.5. But yeah, that's the performance on the racing coilovers. BC racing coilovers are really good. I really like that mod. And yeah, that's pretty much it for all my mods. For exhaust, I just did muffler and resonator delete. I want to get a exhaust soon. Yeah, that's also a lot of money. But yeah, this is my first car build, so it's not going to be perfect. Really, I mean, it's pretty cool. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the car build. I really like this car. A lot of people, there's a lot of hate in the car community about the Velosters. Maybe not the new ones. The new ones are pretty cool, but yeah, the older ones definitely, just because it's a Hyundai, people think it's all not as cool, right? But yeah, I like this car. It's a good first car build, and I mean, it's not that fast, like extremely fast. It's a pretty fun car to drive, especially with all the mods, like the coilovers. Pretty fun car to drive. The ride is pretty good with the coilovers, and that's something I would recommend is coilovers. I'd recommend bags only if you don't daily drive it as much and don't drive around all crazy. Bags is more for like show. I think the coilover part makes it a little funner, so that's pretty much it for the car review. Guys, look how amazing the view is. It's pretty nice out here on like a hilltop, and with the car. And the view in the background is just amazing to see what you have accomplished in life, and just, I don't know, it's just, I put a lot of effort in this car and work, and I really like it. So I hope not too many people hate on it too much, but I mean, it's pretty cool to look at it when it's all stock and then bring it back to what you want it to be as your vision inside your brain. So yeah, I mean, it's a pretty cool car. It's fun to drive, and yeah, thank you guys. Can you please like and subscribe, and comment down below what are your favorite mods, what mods I should do next, what other colors you want on the car. I like white, to be honest. White. I'm gonna get white wheels eventually, and probably stick with that color. But yeah, just let me know what you want me to do to the car next. Give me some ideas, give me some options. If you have any questions, then just comment. I'll respond pretty quickly. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's my car, and my name is Excessive2. Thank you.